Hey guys, welcome to another video. Thanks for joining me. Stephen Ojo here. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thanks for joining again. I'm just going to drop this real quickly because I have been quite busy for some time and I've just had to deal with life, right? As we all do. So I hope that you understand that I have been absent for some time and it's just life. But now what I want to focus on in this video is thematic investing. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because there's a new thing which it's been going on for some time now and I've kind of been watching. And I thought, a lot of people are always caught off guard when they see these new hot things developing. And to be honest with you, this particular one that is going on right now, this trend of investing is not necessarily new. It's just that a lot of people are just getting caught up to it. So if you look at it this way, back in the 2000s when the internet got, created, on the early 90s actually, we had a lot of companies that will come up and make promises that, once you invest in them, they'll make you a lot of money. And as long as you put your money with them, they will return to you, they would, with profits. But if you look back at those companies now, most of them are actually bankrupt. Very few companies have survived those recessions over time. And that's all because of poor management, not necessarily because of lack of, the technology or lack of funds from investors. Now, the reason why I'm sharing this in particular is because of the subject of thematic investing. Thematic investing is an idea or an approach to investing in which you invest in themes or trends. And this can be at a macro level or at a micro level. And a good example of thematic investing would be investing in companies that are fighting to keep the world going, like global warming, or companies that are fighting for sustainable energy or clean water. Those are themes, right? And as you know, a lot of companies don't have clean water. A lot of countries are worried about global warming. So there are companies that are actually working to tame the amount of damage that is being done to Earth. Now, if you're a type of investor like that, you would choose to invest in those kind of companies because you believe in, things that are to happen because of global warming. On the other hand, we have other themes like AI, which is currently the trend that is being, pushed by so many tech companies nowadays. And that is all because we know that, with the invention of good artificial intelligence use, like in terms of products or the use that we can benefit from as users, we can do things at a cheaper level. We can do things at a faster pace, and that would mean saving money. And that also means that companies can also save money, which means more returns. But one thing I want to caution you about is that there's always that next hot thing that is going on. If you think about it, it's 3-4 years ago, we had cryptocurrencies and NFTs, and that was the main thing that a lot of people wanted to invest in. And unfortunately, by the time you actually get caught into, or you get caught up and put your money into these things, it's always too late. Now, I'm not saying that it's too late to invest in AI. That's not the point I'm trying to make here. But the point I'm just trying to make here is that there's always a change in trend every 2 to 3 years. There's always something new that comes up, and people would hope that would be that next hot thing that will make them millionaires. And due to fear of missing out, we end up finding a lot of people that will put all their money into this investment and they end up losing out. Now, there's nothing wrong with investing with trends, but it's just something that you need to caution yourself about and understand that your strategy and your goal over time is more important than trends, because trends would come and go. It's ebbs and flows, right? But when it comes to your strategy of investing and your own long-term goal, you need to have a plan in place and not chase the trends. I hope this makes sense. If you're liking this, please don't forget to give this like this video. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please, it's free, consider subscribing to the channel. Let me move on. Now, some of the pros and cons to this is, let's start with the pros. The pros are, yes, you can make quick money, because if a new company comes out with this new development in AI and you invest in them, you tend to reap the rewards of the first movers, right? A company that does one of the first things tends to benefit the most when it comes to investment. And that would trickle down to you as an investor as well. On the other hand, another benefit to this is the fact that when you invest your money with this, when you find companies that are doing new things or the trends that are catching on to trends, That means they are innovative, right? They are not left behind. And think about, for example, Apple is one great company that has always kept to innovate regularly. They want to, and the first thing is they're not always the first movers, but they always come up with a better way of doing it. So you see where I'm going with that, right? They come up with a better way of doing it, and they make it even better, and people appreciate that. So that is good. But when it comes to thematic investing, one of the downsides to it is that you always have to know the next trend or catch on to that next trend at the right time. A good example, cryptocurrency NFTs. People that got into it early on made lots of money, cashed out, while some people that got in late are holding the bag right now. Now, there's nothing wrong with believing that these things would revive or come back to profitability, but the point here is there's always a phase in which that thing is sweet, and at some point it turns sour. Now, again, cryptocurrency is one that I genuinely believe that has a lot of usefulness, but the issue is it's not well regulated, and that doesn't make me feel good. Now, I invest a little bit of money into it, not a ton at all. It's the type of money that if I lose, I don't even feel it. So keep that in mind. Now, with AI currently, if you notice, S&P 500 is being sustained by tech companies, and that's all because of AI. Now, that is great. But you also have to remember that not all these companies that are making promises will return profitable balance sheets at the end of the day. Because promises are being made, but until those developments or those tech uses are being adopted by people, we are not going to be able to see the return on investment. So I'm just going to caution you to approach some of these investments I'm going to say you approach some of these investments with caution, because at the end of the day, your long-term goal and your ability to find this next hot thing is not sustainable. Now, there's some thematic investments out there offered by brokerages, and you need to realize that you can always invest in them. But again, remember that themes change, trends come up every time, and you can't always catch on to it at the right time. So rather than trying to chase the next odd thing, it's better to have a long-term approach to investing over time with peace of mind. That's just all I wanted to share with you. I hope you find value in it. If you have, please subscribe, like, and leave your comments in the comment section below. I look forward to seeing you in my next one.